She then shared the devastating news that her granddaughter Sarah was very sick and that she wasn't expected to make it through the holidays. Her only Christmas wish was to see you. For legendsoffaith.org, I'm Rob Cutter. It was a few weeks before Christmas, and the bustling of activities at the Mayfair Mall was magical. On that evening, a little boy and his grandmother waited patiently as they stood in line waiting for their turn to talk to the jolly old man. As they were walking past all his little helpers, the excitement grew, and the little boy was finally able to climb on to his lap. He was holding a picture of his sick sister, his eyes filled with a mixture of hope and sadness. Santa Mark glanced over at the grandmother, who was waiting nearby, and saw her dabbing her eyes with a tissue. When they finished their visits, the grandmother came over to help her grandson off Santa Mark's lap. She started to say something, but stopped. Curious, Mark asked warmly what she wanted. She then shared the devastating news that her granddaughter Sarah was very sick, and that she wasn't expected to make it through the holidays. Her only Christmas wish was to see you. Touched by her plea, Santa Mark promised to visit Sarah in the hospital. It was that same night that Santa went to Children's Hospital. As he was walking the hallways, he found Sarah's room. Taking a deep breath and forcing a smile on his face, Santa Mark entered the room, bellowing a hearty ho ho ho. Sarah, weak but filled with joy, greeted Santa with a fragile smile. He rushed to her side and gave her a warm hug. Santa Mark was met with a scene of love and unity among her family. He could sense the warmth and closeness of the family and their love and concern for Sarah. It reminded him of his own 9-year-old son. Santa Mark and Sarah shared precious moments together, discussing her Christmas wishes and bringing smiles to everyone present. The room resonated with gratitude as family members silently thanked Santa for the joy he brought to their little beloved Sarah. Inspired by the Nativity story, Mark brought up the Christ child who brought hope to the world. The room, now filled with anticipation and belief, witnessed the blending of ancient miracles with a modern-day Christmas story. Santa Mark felt a divine calling to pray for Sarah's healing. The family, embracing the gesture, formed a circle around Sarah's bed. Mark's heartfelt prayer filled the room with hope and love. He laid his hand on the child's head, closed his eyes, and prayed. He asked that God touch little Sarah and heal her body from this awful disease. He asked that angels minister to her, watch and keep her. When he finally finished praying, still with eyes closed, he started singing softly, Silent Night. Then everyone in the room joined in, still holding hands, smiling at Sarah, and crying tears of hope, tears of joy for this moment, as Sarah beamed at them all. As the song ended, Santa sat on the side of Sarah's bed and held her frail, small hands in his own. He made a solemn promise to Sarah, a promise of hope and a vision for the future. He told her that she has a job to do and that she is to concentrate on getting well. With that, Santa Mark leaned down and kissed Sarah on the forehead and left the room. It was a year later. Santa Mark returned to his seasonal role at the Mayfair Mall. A familiar face approached Santa. It was Sarah, transformed and full of life. He hardly recognized her, for her hair was long and silky, and her cheeks were rosy, much different from the little girl he had visited just a year before. Overwhelmed with emotion, Santa Mark rejoiced in the miracle that had unfolded, a testament to the power of hope, faith, and the magic of Christmas. He had witnessed and been blessed to be instrumental in bringing about the miracle of hope. This precious little child was healed, cancer-free, alive and well. He silently looked up to heaven and humbly whispered, "Thank you, Father." In the heart of the season, where the magic of Christmas persists, we are reminded that miracles can happen and hope can prevail. From all of us at legendsoffaith.org, we extend warm wishes for a Christmas filled with miracles, hope, and the timeless spirits of the season.